Hello, Feely Humans. Welcome to another episode of You, Me, Empathy. My name is Known Wells, and this is episode 258 on life-changing friendships with Jake Crawford. Jake and I explore, as I mentioned, life-changing friendships, growing up as a gay kid in a conservative town, what we do when the people who are supposed to love us don't accept us, and finding a voice on the stage. Jake and I had a wonderful conversation in this episode. Jake is a lovely, beautiful human being, feely human being, and I really loved and cherished this conversation, and I hope you do too. As a reminder, I am wrapping up the podcast. In the next month or so, you'll see the last few episodes come out. I'll probably record a sort of final cap episode just to kind of wrap up everything, if you will. And it has no reflection on my beautiful guests like Jake here or anything other than I am feeling a need for a shift in my life creatively, and I've done this podcast for 5.5 years. It's been so beautiful and life affirming, and I've met so many amazing people like yourself. And I just wanted to thank you again for being a part of it. And I part of this shift is I want to do some more reading and writing. I have a picture book or two idea in me. I have another creative project that I have deadlines for that I'm very excited to tell you all about. And I want to continue growing and figuring out this membership community that I launched in January. So if you want to keep in touch, again, there'll be new episodes weekly for the next month or so. But keeping in touch, the best way to do that is by joining the Feely Human membership community. If you go to feelyhuman.co/membership, you can learn more about that and join. We would love to have you be a part of it. If you can't afford the $25 a month for the paid level of the membership, which I highly recommend you join because it's just so much value, tons of events. But if you can't afford that, reach out to me, hello@feelyhuman.co, and I can set you up with a sliding scale option if that works for you. But yeah, that's where a lot of my energy will be going forward. Who knows? Maybe in 2024, I come back with another podcast, a different podcast. I love the medium of podcasting. I'm not shutting that door completely, but for now, You, Me, Empathy is wrapping up, and I'm really grateful for it. And actually, if you want a Feely or a You, Me, Empathy sticker, email me. Just email me hello@feelyhuman.co. And email me your name and your address, and I will send you a You, Me, Empathy sticker. And I think that's it. I will be back next week chatting with you. And again, for the next month or so. But until then, please go to feelyhuman.co. Click on the membership tab there and join us. We would love to have you join us over there. So thank you for being a part of this, and enjoy this episode 258 on life-changing friendships with Jake Crawford.
La la la, you, me, empathy, yeah, la la la.
Welcome to You, Me, Empathy, the official podcast of the Feely Human Collective. On this show, we explore the struggles, the triumphs, the brights, and the darks we face as humans trying to be human on this wondrous and overwhelming pale blue dot. You, Me, Empathy was created so that we can be witness to our collective humanity through the lens of empathy, vulnerability, and emotional curiosity. We aim to destigmatize mental health, lead fiercely with our hearts, feel our feelings without shame and judgment, and share our courageous stories so that others may feel less alone and more connected as Feely humans. Yumi Empathy is a brave place designed to inspire the beauty in each of us, because each of us, in all of our kaleidoscopic parts, makes up a magical whole that deserves to be seen. Today, I am oh so grateful to be here with stage actor, makeup artist, Anglophile, and film nerd, Jake Crawford. Hello, Jake.
Hello.
How are you? How are you feeling?
I'm very well.
Yeah.
Tired, but grateful to have another day.
Yeah, I feel that. Tired but grateful to have another day. Yeah, I like that. That's well said. Um, what is like? Let's start here. What is filling your heart lately?
Lately, it's just been the gratitude I have for my friends and for the world and for art and for just the joy that life can bring.
Hmm. I love that. Can you, Jake, share a seminal moment or two in your life? This is a question I ask every so often, and it's what that means is a seminal moment means is like a memorable part of your journey, whether that's in childhood or in adulthood, it doesn't matter. Just a moment that is memorable, a moment that speaks to who you are today, something that's a powerful part of where you've gone and where you have come from and where you are now. Do you want to share a seminal moment or two?
I'd love to.
All right.
The first thing that kind of popped in my head was I grew up with a stutter and with a lot of disabilities. And in my college year or two, until I moved, I got cast in a play called The Laramie Project, which was emotional as a gay man to be able to tell the story of Matthew Shepard and the aftermath of his murder. After that play, I got nominated for an Irene Ryan, which is sort of theater award that I guess happens. I don't really know much
Wow.
about it.
That's amazing.
I went to Colorado, where Matthew ironically was killed. We went to where he stayed in the hospital. And after I got home, I met a group of wonderful people, and I did the stage makeup for Rocky Horror. That was something. And then through that person, I met probably my greatest group of friends I'll ever meet. And I got diagnosed with fibromyalgia. And this one friend taught me about makeup more, and she told me about her own struggles, and she just changed my life. That would probably be the most one I can recently think of that stayed with me. It was just that whole experience combined to create a new group of friends. It gave me strength to continue on when I was really struggling. I just cannot thank that person enough for what she's done for me. She's a brave human being.
And how would you describe that? Like what she did for you? Like, yes, she sort of. Let me just actually put it in your own words. Like, what did she do for you? Like, what specifically?
I thought I was going crazy. Everyone kept telling me the pain is in your head because it causes widespread pain throughout the entire body. I thought, oh my God, I'm either losing my mind, I might be dying, and I look like crap. And and then she said, it's completely normal. You probably just have a chronic pain condition. And I was like, oh, that explains a lot. And then the whole makeup thing, I was not a good makeup artist until she literally brought me a box full of 50 different items. And for the first time, I was able to become a real makeup artist for theater and do what I love, which is makeup and acting. And I just owe her a lot. And I tell her that almost every day via text. I wake her up each morning with a little, I love you and thank you. And I'm a very emotional person, I would say.
That's a good thing.
Can be until you're in a movie theater with mascara running down your face.
I think that's beautiful. I love that. Well, first of all, living with something that is invisible, right? Like quote unquote invisible, right? It's you can't
Oh
see
yeah.
chronic pain necessarily.
No, you can't.
And yeah, and it being invisible leads to a lot of just people not believing you, people sort of questioning your bodily autonomy, questioning your honesty in the matter.
And
I've
sometimes, yeah,
Mhm.
if you're of a different sexual orientation, they'll just assume you have a terrible disease.
Right. That's another piece of it. Yeah, it's that part of it is horrifying. And continues to this day.
Yeah.
So talk about the feeling of being seen like that.
I just, I grew up in a very conservative town.
Mm-hmm.
Being gay was a no-brainer. It was like, do not be this. You're wasting your life. When I got the chronic pain condition, the first thing my doctor said, well, we're going to have to check for HIV. And I was like, why? Well, because you're gay, right? I was like,
Wow.
no, that shouldn't matter. I think it's fibromyalgia. I've done enough research and I've had enough tests done. And then when my friend came in and said, I have it's completely normal, I was like, this is the most beautiful thing I've ever been told. And she fought for me. She calls, her nickname is her little gay baby, and she's Mama Bear. And
That's sweet.
I've never had that. So I was kind of like, oh my goodness, I love this. It's amazing. I just have to say the women in my life are so incredible. I just count my blessings every day.
And when did this happen? Like, when did that moment happen with Mama Bear?
Last year, she came over and stayed the night, and I put on my favorite period film called The Favorite, which is it's a gay film. It's a beautiful movie. It's all about women in power, and I loved it. And she loved it.
The Yorgos Lanthimos movie?
Yes, I adore that movie. It
Very
is
good.
like my safe place. I like the meanness of it and the smartness. And we ended up, well, she brought over some little ciders. We actually had a little bit too much, so she slept over, and just that whole night we just kept talking, and we went swimming in my pool I had, and we talked and cried, and it was the most. I'd never had a female friend like that, I must add. I mean, I had females in my life who had given me so much love and hope and strength, but I'd never had a friend like that before. And it was like life-changing in a way. I tell her that every day. You changed my life. And then I met another female friend who's also become my strength today, and she asked me to say her name because her name is Aurora, and she's amazing. I've just surrounded myself with the best possible people because I've gone through the highest highs and the lowest lows, and which is actually a quote from Elizabeth Taylor, so I'm going to steal it. Sorry, Liz. But
this is Liz's favorite podcast.
From up in the heavens. She's watching that and smiling.
Yeah, that's right.
I imagine she would have probably been really happy with this podcast. She loved mental health. I'm a nerd about her. So
no, I know that about you. Well, what's profound about this and it needs to be said and illuminated is so much of our lives, especially someone who is dealing with some sort of chronic pain, someone who's queer, someone who is Black, someone in the intersectionality on the spectrum, whatever it may be, some sort of othering, right? And you sort of live your life, and there's a lot of there's persecution, there's racism, there's homophobia, there's hatred, xenophobia, all of it, right? And what is a crucial part of that journey and that healing through that journey is one another, right? Is people like Mama Bear, people like Aurora, seeing you, Jake, for who you are, and allowing you to be who you are, and allowing you to be uplifted by them, because we need each other, right?
Yeah. I was diagnosed with PTSD before I got the chronic pain. That caused it. I went through a trauma when I was little from another family member who decided to take advantage of me. And then when I finally got the chronic pain, it just felt like a full life's culmination of pain and suffering. But then I've had all these great people in my life who, like when I was little, this person who I call Aunt Louise, she saw that, because my sister and I are both disabled. She's in a wheelchair. I'm not. Of course, all the family attention would rightfully go to the one who had more issues. And so I was always kind of left behind when it came to certain things. So she took me under her wing. She's not biological, but that lady, she's incredible. She's 70 something now. And she's just, every day I call her once a week, and her mom adopted me as her grandson. And when I came out to her, it was the most extraordinary, hilarious thing. She was 90 something, and her first thing was, "Oh, but honey, your girlfriend's going to be so disappointed." I said, "Oh, well, my boyfriend's going to be extra happy." And I'm glad to say I haven't had a boyfriend. It's not really my thing. But I just have had the best persons possible. I just am so lucky in that way. Some queer people grow up and they never find the one person who makes them feel safe.
Yeah. Yeah. Where does your biological family fit into this?
Ugh. I mean, oh no, I love them. I love them, but they do not accept me. They never will. And my sister does, to a point, as long as I don't talk about it. We're twins, so I guess there's that sort of bondness and closeness between us. And I do adore her. She's lovely. But they do not accept me. In fact, I've been kicked out 4 times because of it.
Because of what?
Just being gay. One time it was for wearing makeup. One time was because I wanted to date a boy. The next time was because I wanted to talk about the abuse. And so each time my aunt lovingly took me in, but she had just taken care of her mother for a long time. So it wasn't exactly easy on her having a 16-year-old kid.
Yeah.
Then I moved back in, and they sent me to college, and I blossomed, or so I've been told. I found theater, and that kind of took over, and I haven't looked back.
How does it feel? I mean, my intention isn't to create discord or division between you and your family, but I am curious about how you hold that truth within you, the reality that you are you, and you being you is not okay for your family.
You are fine. I mean, I've written chapters of books about this, and it doesn't really, I think that's just an honest question. I mean, how can we live with the fact that the people who are supposed to love us don't? Well, they love part of us, but they can't love all of us. It's painful. It's very, very painful. I always say they're missing out.
I love that. I love that.
They could have someone who goes shopping with them and tells them that won't look good on you, but this will. Or your makeup is a bit blocky today, but you still look pretty, but maybe try this. And I've talked to my friends, and they've said that some of, actually my adoptive cousin, she's on my dad's side. She actually told me that one of her friends' son came out. She's pretty sure he's gay. And she's like, "I can't wait." And I'm like, I can't imagine a mom being proud of her son for being gay. I think that's amazing because that's not my reality. My birth mother didn't want us, so we moved in with our grandmother. Lovely woman. I must add that just in case she ever hears this podcast. Love you. But she just will not accept it. She says she does, but then we'll watch Downton Abbey, and when Thomas kisses somebody, the one gay character, she said, "Oh, disgusting." And I sit there going, "Oh, okay." It's the most painful thing, knowing that they're not going to love you all the way. But as I said, they're missing out. They are missing out.
Yeah.
And I'm lucky to have certain members in my family who do accept it, and they're excited. But it's very, very rare.
Yeah. Well, I'm sorry, Jake.
No.
I'm grateful you're living to be you and pursuing, the fullness of Jake in spite of it.
Oh yeah. I just have decided to live my life the best I can. I've tried to leave this world a couple of times, and now I've told my friends that my reason for living is often them, because if I'm needed, then I feel like I have to stay, and I want to stay because I want to see them grow old, and I want to grow old with them. And I think the worst thing that's ever been said to me was a family member said, "Try harder next time."
Wow.
Yeah, they're in a different world.
About you leaving this world, they said, "Try harder next time."
Yes, because I didn't really mean it.
Oh my goodness.
That's what I said. I was like, I know it. You do realize this isn't the 1950s, dear.
I can sort of intellectually understand maybe I can't even intellectually, the hatred and the sort of the fact that a person can't accept another person as they are. It's
awful.
It's awful. And it wears me down. Like I can't, I'd imagine it wears you down even immeasurably more. So it just it enrages me. But I will say this, Jake, I'm grateful you're here on this podcast, here on this planet, because, you sharing and you talking about and being brave enough to talk about your life, your experience gives others hope, right? Over the summer, I went and led a workshop at Brave Trails, which is a queer youth camp.
That's wonderful.
For kids. I think they're all between 13 and 18, around there. But, a lot of these kids, grew up with a lot of the stuff you're talking about, right?
The rejection,
the rejection, the just feeling alone, feeling different, feeling
terrified.
I grew up in an environment, my parents were evangelical, and being gay was bad. That was the message I got as a kid. And that's horrifying.
It's terrifying. I mean, it's just, I grew up Catholic myself. Yeah. And my religion teacher would pick out the homosexual parts and make me read it.
Wow.
So I would change the answers. It's fun or delicious. And she would get so frustrated. I took savage pleasure in it. It was awful, but...
Well, it's your little defiance, your little,
the abortion section I was also forced to read. And I'm so pro. I just worship women. I think it's beautiful. Women have the right to be themselves and to do whatever they want with their bodies. And this year has been tough on me to watch. It's been painful. This country is, I
Yeah.
just,
How do you keep hope alive for yourself?
oh, it's just knowing there's trailblazers out there. I mean,
Mm.
there's going to be it's just knowing that this next generation is going to change all that back. I just know they will. And then we'll codify it. Hopefully, we'll make sure it's permanent.
Yeah.
I have to say, I think from the moment I knew I was gay, I latched on to these female icons and I do have to say the person who pushed that forward was my first babysitter, Shayna Schaefer.
Mm.
She knew I was gay before I did. So she brought over the Wizard of Oz, as cliche as that is. I have to say, as cliche again as it is, Somewhere Over the Rainbow has always been my one hopeful
Oh, it's a
song to
beautiful
sing whenever
song.
I'm sad.
So beautiful.
Judy Garland.
Yeah, especially
No.
Judy Garland's version of it. It's wonderful.
I think it's just I try to keep hope by remembering that we're all here because we can make a difference.
Mm.
My dream is to become an actor and maybe on a stage version, and then eventually Hollywood. And I want to be that someone that a queer kid can look up and say, "Hey, if he can make it, I can."
Mm.
I think movies hopefully are changing to allow queer stories being told. I'm grateful that I've seen so many female actors pushing for female stories and queer stories, and sadly, the men portion is kind of quiet,
Mm.
and that kind of bothers me. But I think the next generation is going to change things, and and I just want to stay around just for that.
Mm. Yeah.
Even this year, I thought, I'm tired. I'm in pain all the time. I think it's time to go. But then I'm reminded of the bravery that's been shown to me and how brave I've been myself. And I'm like, I think I can handle another 20 years, 50, 90. If they invent immortality by then, I'll be happy to still be dancing to Lady Gaga at 190.
I like the idea of inventing immortality. That's something to aspire to. Yeah, I love that. So tell me a little bit about, I don't know much about fibromyalgia, Jake. So tell me a little bit about what it is and what helps you.
I learned about it through Lady Gaga's documentary 5'2", and after being diagnosed with it, I really went on a binge. It starts in the nerves. It's basically your nerves being damaged from so much stress, or it can be caused by rape, if I can say that word. You can edit it out and change it.
You may. All words have a place here.
It can be caused by you getting hit by a truck and most of the time, it can be caused by you having PTSD and not processing it soon enough. You never got help for it. And eventually your body just cannot fight because when you have a PTSD attack, your body tenses up and you can't move. I would describe the attacks as being the worst pain you've ever felt in your life. When I have one, I lock down and can't move. I'm literally lying on the bed or on the floor the first time it happened. Your whole body goes numb. You get that pins and needles, which is the worst feeling in the world, right? When your foot or arm falls asleep.
Yeah.
It's uncomfortable.
It is.
And then suddenly there's pain, head to toe pain, arching up and down your back every time you move. If someone touches you, there's pain. It's constant. I've had to get on often. Magnesium will help relieve. And then I have to pop pain pills once in a while. Lady Gaga says that hers is caused by objectification. If someone runs at her and grabs her, that's it. She's done for the day. She can't move.
Wow.
I really did follow her instructions. I followed what she said because I trust her more than anyone else on earth, probably. I would just describe it as the worst pain you've ever had. And then coupled with the PTSD that I have, it's like not only are the images there, but the pain. It's just a really nasty disease. It's hopefully someday they'll invent a cure for it, or at least a long-lasting pill that can subside it. Some people go without months without having an attack, or they do it every single week or every single day. And I can't imagine how the day people feel.
Yeah.
I couldn't.
How often do you get an attack?
Once a week or once a month, or if I do too much in a day, like, I went to Hawaii with the family, which was, it was fun until it wasn't. And then I came home and I fell in a ditch because they're digging for a construction site. And I fell in a 5-foot hole and hit my leg and cut it open.
Oh my God.
And it's bruised so the pain kind of messed up my body. So now my brain's thinking, oh, you're having an attack, aren't you? I'm like, no, I'm just bruised. So it's been happening almost every single week. Oh, it was not that bad of a cut, but it was still a big bruise and my body did not react well. It's like, oh my God, what's this? Is it time? I went, no. So when I'm working, I have to be mindful not to lift anything too heavy, or else the next day I'm done.
Yeah.
And it's not pretty. I get very temperamental.
Are there, like, what is the treatment or like therapy? First of all, go ahead.
Sorry. Some people use antipsychotics. Others they get a needle and they dip it in anesthetic and then they pressure point you.
Oh.
And that can last for weeks. I'm not rich. I can't afford that.
Right.
Lady Gaga gets it done. Good for her. She has a lot of money. Yeah. Well earned, I must say. She deserves everything she's gotten. Just to not sound horrible. But a lot of the treatments are very expensive. I've looked into them. The antipsychotics I'd love to do. I think it might help with my PTSD and my flashbacking. And I do have little episodes where I get really temperamental and freak out due to the fear. But sadly, insurance won't cover them. So I've kind of given up on that. But the treatments are they're working on a drug now that if they put through, hopefully it can actually lessen the effects to where you only get it monthly instead of daily or weekly. Which is a big step.
Yeah. And insurance won't cover antipsychotics.
Not the ones that unfortunately
that you have. Yeah.
None of mine have. In fact, they're struggling to cover anything because I don't really look disabled, but I am disabled. And so they're kind of on the fence about that. So I don't really get anything. So it's, well, whatever they give me, I'll take.
Is having fibromyalgia a disability?
It actually is, but they don't think it is yet. I do have cerebral palsy, mild. I can walk and talk, but I also have Tourette's and ADHD. But right now they're classifying fibromyalgia as a disability, but they're still kind of learning what it is. They're confused by it, which is what doctors do. They're always confused about something about the subject they're studying.
Well, that's what science is, right? Like
I love it.
There's so much mystery, but if the fact is that the sort of governable the royal they, if they decide, and it sounds like they have, that it's a disability, then you should be covered. Why?
Oh, yeah.
Why?
I have no clue, and I've yelled at them about this. I'm not really yelled, but I've gotten very stern. I'm like, eventually you need to cover it because I'm going to need help. If it gets worse, I've often said, that's it. I'll just give up. It is horrible. When there's an attack, there's like nothing I can do. And it's painful. And counseling can only do so much because they can't really stop the pain, but they can just be like, oh no, that's terrible. Talk to me about it. And I'm like, well, if I could touch you and give you the pain and let you understand, then you could help me, maybe.
Right.
I think it was just, oops, sorry, I kicked the desk.
It's okay.
That happens. It's a small desk. I have to say, just the whole journey of it with the PTSD has just been fascinating and kind of interesting and at the same time horrible. I always take everything for me is like a journey. I love it, but I also hate it.
Well said.
I always
Yeah.
take a positive spin on things. I mean, it's just kind of hilarious in a way.
I mean, from my vantage point, it's not. But I also can understand from your vantage point it being so, because that's maybe how you need to survive right now.
Yeah, I find whenever something bad happens, I just put a grin on and say, "Well, wasn't that fun?"
Mm.
And my friends are always like, "Oh, are you okay?" I'm completely fine. I just will not cry in front of you unless I really need to, and I'd rather stay positive and, as the British say, carry on.
Because otherwise, it would be too much.
Oh yeah, I mean, I've gone through so much pain. I must the assault, and then PTSD that came with it, then getting kicked out, and then the fibromyalgia. It's been like a long journey, and I'm like, if I were to break down about it, it would not be pretty.
Mm.
And I would just rather stay strong for my friends. And if they need a shoulder to cry on, I'm going to let them cry on it, because I would literally give my life for them. I view my life now as just serving others, and I'm happy with that. I'm just so happy to be alive and to having made it through it, and to say, oh my gosh, I know this beautiful person who makes me smile every day.
Mm-hmm.
Even though I don't live with them anymore or live next to them anymore, or because they're all in Washington and I'm here in Arizona, but we talk every day.
That's
and
good.
It's magical.
Mm. So what is, like, you talked about how your hope is to get on stage and into Hollywood and act more. Like, what is that, like, what is that path? Like, do you dream about that? What does that path look like for you, do you think?
I just, just like my family wants me to become a teacher, and I'm really not a teaching kind. I've been, I'm good at it. I mean, I'm good at reading and talking about things. I yak for hours. But for me, it's ever since I discovered acting, it's like a bug that's gotten a hold of me.
What do you think that is?
I can be someone else.
Mm-hmm.
I don't have to be Jake with the PTSD and the baggage I can be this. Like for the Lamry Project, I had 7 parts.
Mm.
Each of those 7 parts was like a healing bomb, for lack of a better word. It's like a love bomb. I was like, oh my God, I get to be a Southern drag queen this week, or I get to be a lady who killed her husband for the insurance money in improv this week, or it's just like I don't have to be Jake. I love Jake. He's a great person, I'm sure, but I can be this wonderful person who isn't myself. And I mean, the applause is nice, but I like the work because it is a job.
Yeah.
Contrary to what people feel, acting is hard work.
Yeah.
That's because you have to appear believable.
Yeah.
Or else what's the point of doing it? I have to say being on stage is a lot. I'm comfortable on camera. That was what surprised me, because whenever I talked growing up, I would have to scream because I could not talk. I would do that.
Right.
And my parents loved them. They did not react well to that. They got frustrated and yelled, which made the stuttering worse. It was my adoptive aunt and her mother who really said, take a deep breath and scream it out. So when I got on stage and on camera, I was like, oh my God, I'm going to stutter. I'm going to pause. I had no problem. And I can't explain it. I had 0 problem.
Wow.
And for the first time in my life, I actually burst into tears on camera. And my acting teacher, she is a beautiful soul. I love her to pieces and I miss her. That woman said, you're crying because you feel seen? I said, no, because I'm finally home. I don't have to worry anymore. I can do this. So I jumped into each thing she threw at me. I did Shakespeare. I did have to take a break after the Lamry Project. It took a toll on my mental health. I had been running the local GSA at the time as well. I've actually started it, which is horrifying to me that there had not been one for almost 2 years.
That's the Gay Straight Alliance, right?
Mm-hmm.
Yeah.
And that whole play, I designed a poster board. I found the picture of Matthew in the hospital where I don't know if you know what happened to him.
I know I know like vaguely of that
Two straight
story.
men basically lured him out to they lured him into their car and drove him out to a field and pistol whipped him.
Oh my gosh.
And left him out there in negative 18-degree weather. And that poor baby, poor 21-year-old kid. I called him a baby, but that kind of, I do have flashes of what I call maternal instincts. I kind of act like a mom. That hit home hard because that could have been any one of my gay friends or I.
Yeah.
I found the pictures of him. They had literally detached his brainstem with the final blow. And I found that picture and I made it into a poster board and I put it outside the theater and people had to come in and stare at this poor kid. And I said, that's the reason why I'm doing this play. That's what I want them to walk away with. A life was taken. And my director said, that's why you got cast. I just took that play into my heart and soul.
Yeah, it sounds like it.
I just loved him and I wanted to tell his story. And there's a really beautiful documentary called Matthew Shepard. Matt Shepard, my bad, is a friend of mine. And I watched it every single night when I got home so I could get back into the mood the next day, which is basically method acting. It's not a good thing. I don't recommend it. It's a terrible thing to do to yourself.
Yeah,
it's a
that's
dangerous
quite a
thing. Method acting is horrible. It's dreadful. But for me, I had to live that part. I had to understand what's the aftermath of a murder like. And that murder was a bad murder. And acting became like an escape and it healed me in a way. Because I don't get to be Jake. I get to be Jonas Slonaker, this beautiful teacher or person who barely knew him. Yet he's the one person who I emailed and he wrote back. Because I asked him, what was it like back then? How do you walk? How do you talk? And he was so kind. Not to ramble on about acting, but it's like...
Oh, I love it. I love it.
It's a very healing thing for me. That play was an honor. And then to get an Irene Ryan nomination, my first part, I was kind of like, I angered my director, actually. He read off my name and I said, is there a misprint? Because I stuttered on stage. I could not stop stuttering. I was just so unnerved by the amount of people there and by the fact that this was his Matthew Shepard story that I would stutter. But for some reason, something clicked to the people who came from the festival. And they thought, that festival is a nightmare. And I was thrilled to learn that one of the judges was a drag queen. That made it all better. It's like, oh, a peer.
Yeah, they had your back.
And then I came in second place. I made the second round, which you're against 600 other people.
Oh my goodness. That's an amazing achievement.
That was stressful. I did not. So when we didn't make it to the third round, I was like, thank God. Because I did Macbeth. And my Shakespeare was not too good, in my opinion.
Shakespeare is tough.
Oh, but his language is so beautiful.
Yeah. Yeah.
I'm a Shakespeare nut. One of the books on my bookcase is his complete works. It's over 5,000 pages. And I've read the whole thing in about a month. And
it's a lot of pages.
I love it. My friends hate it, but I'll call them and just recite Shakespeare, and they're like, "Oh no."
I feel like I need to give Shakespeare another shot because I have a English literature degree, and
fabulous.
I love reading. I love books. I think they're portals to empathy, and I did read a lot of Shakespeare in college, but I never connected to it then, and I'm wondering if I could connect to it now, because back then I was very lost and just kind of surviving a lot. So I wonder if like
I think that's
me being in the place now, I can connect to it better.
what book did you like as like in that time period? Because mine was mine was rather strange.
What was yours?
It's a book from 1834, and it's actually from 1834. It's The Last Days of Pompeii.
Okay, I've heard of this.
I own a second edition.
Wow.
I collect first edition books to save them for posterity.
Oh, that's amazing. I would love to see your library someday.
I would just say some of them you've probably heard of, most of them you probably haven't.
That's okay. I love looking at books. That's my favorite.
Well, I've not to brag, but I've been reading at an 8th grade level since I was about 7.
Brag all you want. Brag away. I'm the right person to hear it. That's beautiful.
It was like books were my one salvation as a kid.
Oh yeah, such a beautiful escape. Get in that imagination and
Lord of the Rings,
wander.
Harry Potter.
Oh yes.
Thankfully, not Game of Thrones because I was too young for that.
You know, I am a huge Lord of the Rings fan, and I read them as a teenager, and I haven't read them since. But I invited my friend's kid, Sam, and Jessica's nephew, Sawyer, to do a Lord of the Rings book club starting in a few days. So I'm going to be rereading them, and I'm so excited.
I just ordered myself as a treat a new hardback copies, and then the Silmarillion.
Oh yeah, I've never read the Silmarillion.
I'm not too thrilled. It's because according to the reviews, it's just basically a giant encyclopedia. I'm like, please be good, because sometimes his writing can be a bit much for me.
Yeah. It's akin to like Moby Dick, right? There's a lot of
like Moby Dick.
There's a lot of description. There's a lot of just let's go for 40 pages about this one or something, you know.
Anna Karenina was very difficult.
I have not read that one. But
I started War and Peace and made it like chapter 100, and then I was like,
You just got through the war part.
Not to the peace.
Not to the peace.
I gave up.
Yeah.
Like,
I don't blame you. Yeah.
I mean, my friends like, read Don Quixote. I'm like, if that's even the right way to say that word.
Have you ever read any Marcel Proust?
A little bit. I don't think I can read his big book. I'm like, 7,000 pages is a bit steep for me.
It's a lot. Well, I bring him up because, you know, he was a gay man writing in the 18th century, and my father-in-law has been trying to read some of the classics, and he's been trying to read Proust.
That's great.
And he was having trouble with. He was like, there's no period, you know, and it's the way it's a lot of the way that people wrote back then. There's a lot of parentheticals. There's a lot of semicolons.
Do you like Oscar Wilde?
You know, I don't know if I've ever read Oscar Wilde, but
he was a queer icon.
Yes, I know that. Yeah.
But his writing is a bit stiff.
Yeah.
But his comebacks were lovely.
I'm sure.
His last words were something I'm going to paraphrase on my deathbed. He was dying of a venereal disease because he lived quite a flamboyant life. Bless him. He was imprisoned for the charges of homosexuality. Oh, you gotta love those times. And he was dying in a shabby hotel and looked up at the curtains, which were apparently very horrible. And he said, either these curtains go or I shall. Which I think is such a queer thing to say.
Very, very. I love it.
We often use humor.
Yeah.
But I think his writing is stiff, but good writer, but his sayings were beautiful. And like, I'm obsessed with queer icons like Sir Ian McKellen. I love.
Mm-hmm. Yeah.
I sort of have a crush on him. And if he ever listens to this, hi, I'm single.
I mean, I don't know if Ian McKellen listens to the show. I highly doubt it. But hello, Ian. Hello, Sir Ian McKellen, I should
Just
say.
in case, hi, Jake's single. He thinks you're delicious. No, I think he's just a beautiful human being. And I'm so happy that he came out. I think it.
How old was he when he came out?
He came out a long time ago, actually. I think he's like in his, I don't want to say maybe 50s.
When he was in his 50s.
But he really came out in like his 80s, and he was seen waving the pride flag at a gay pride float and kissing Sir Patrick Stewart.
Yes. Yeah.
Which I thought was fabulous.
Yes, I agree.
He's a great queer ally, I thought.
Yeah.
For
who
me,
else inspires you, Jake? You know, you obviously like you're connected to a lot of wonderful people, and you have this, you're building this community of support around you. Like who else inspires you?
Celebrity wise, I'll say Rachel Weisz, I think she's a beautiful human being. Elizabeth Taylor was definitely
right.
Just her work with the AIDS epidemic stayed with me, even though I wasn't alive for it. Helena Bonham Carter's one of them I love. She taught me it's okay to be odd.
It's okay to be odd. Oh, odd. Yeah.
You know, she dresses strange, and Lady Gaga is an obvious one. Celine Dion was my first love.
Yes.
I went to see her in concert hilariously, and a person sat in front of me, and I started bawling apparently because I couldn't see. I was about 8. That person put me on their shoulders so I could see.
Oh, wow.
She was huge for me. That was probably the guessing point that I was gay, because I used to strut around in high heels to My Heart Will Go On. And I tap danced. I used to go to summer camp, and I tap danced to My Heart Will Go On. And they've never forgotten it there. They actually have a plaque now.
Oh, wow.
I've been told, or they talk about it constantly or something.
That's amazing.
A lot of my heroes are often women. Men just have never really, outside of me thinking yummy, they've never really influenced me.
Yeah.
Sir Ian McKellen, obviously. Sir Derek Jacobi is one of them. He's also gay. Just mostly females. I mean, Olivia Colman. I think she inspires me to the huge amount. I mean, she's amazing.
Yeah, she is.
Imelda Staunton.
Plays a good villain.
I think she's more than that.
For sure.
She made a film called Vera Drake that has stayed with me, and she plays an abortionist. And she gets arrested and says, "Do you know the crime you committed?" "Well, that's what you call it." Beautiful words. I don't know. I just have a lot of female heroes, and then
I love it.
I think I tell my friends that the females are the greater beings. I think they're the best thing about the planet.
I agree. I mean, I would say, look at just to bring it into reality, right? We have here in the United States an immeasurable amount of gun violence, and
it's awful.
I think around 68 mass shootings in the last, I don't know, couple of months, all of which perpetuated by men.
Men. Men.
Yeah. It's awful.
Just the one last week. I think it was last week, wasn't it?
Yeah.
That hurt. I bawled. Like, I burst into tears and cried for like an hour. Another gay club shooting. Wasn't Pulse bad enough?
I know.
And in Colorado, which has already had so many issues.
I know. How do you not like armor yourself against that and just start shutting down? It's just,
it's just like, it makes you afraid to be gay or trans in an open space.
Yeah.
Like when I went back to Yakima, my hometown for a little bit in July because I went back in May to celebrate my birthday because I was like, ew, not my family. I'd rather hang out with my friends and celebrate myself. So I bought a really beautiful silk gown and I wore it. And it's fabulous. I went back in July to help my adoptive aunt because she went to Iceland. Bless her, she needs it. She's been stuck in the house since COVID. I decided I'm going to go out and party for my last night. And I went out and got assaulted by a man because he thought I was a woman, followed me across the street from the bar, found out I wasn't a woman. Was none too pleased about that.
I'm so sorry. That's awful.
I took it as a sense of, I took it was such a hilarious error. I just made jokes about it. I was like, well, he ripped my blouse. That's what I'm really mad about. And my friends are like, are you okay? I'm like, I'm dealing it with humor. It's just, that's what made me turn into like an activist here. I'm like, now it's like, and then to have the club shooting happen later that same year, it's like, ooh.
It's not okay. It's not fucking okay. It's horrifying. And just the gall, the ego, the insecurity, the toxicity of that man to do that is
horrifying.
That, I mean, he's a byproduct of this system, and it's horrifying.
I do have to quickly say that I do have 5 wonderful male friends who have been 6, I should say, who have been my biggest supporters, and they're wonderful straight men. Not to drag on men for too much. Like,
no, I mean, I think it's warranted. You hear not all men, but yes, I would say yes, all men as a default, and then change our minds, change our hearts, right? Prove yourself.
Oh yeah. I'm just so lucky that when I told one of my male friends, he actually dates my mama bear. He just took my hand. He said, if you don't want me to touch you or anything, you let me know. Because you're beautiful and you deserve to be loved, but I'm going to step away and let you feel comfortable. Because that man violated me in that attack. He took advantage. And so he saw me withdraw my hand, but then I let him take it because this man is a beautiful human being. He's a giant papa bear of a man. He just loves hugs. And then I told my other friends, and their reaction was, the men were like, do I need to go beat someone up? I'm like, no, because I never saw his face. But if you ever find him, go ahead. But I was so thrilled. I mean, that cemented in my fact that I have 6 beautiful male friends who will kill for me, even though I'm quite capable with a stiletto.
Yes, that's right.
I don't really need protecting. I may be tiny, but I am mighty, as I told them. But it just hammered home the male toxicity and the fact that he didn't like that I was gay and that I was in a blouse and that I had makeup on. And I will agree with him. I did look like a town hooker, but I patterned my look after Dolly Parton. And if she says it's okay, then that's up to me. I love her. I think she's a great human being. And I love that little... I patted my look after the town tramp.
Yeah, she's a treasure.
I think she needs to be given a presidential Medal of Honor soon, unless she already has.
Yeah.
But that event hammered home for me just how toxic masculinity can be, and how I've also noticed how toxic all people can be. Misogyny is rampant from all genders.
It is.
Like if a woman steps a foot out of line, other women will not hesitate to bash them. Or I see gay men even tearing the donut. I'm like, what are you doing? We're supposed to be in awe of them. We're supposed to respect them. They never turn their back on us usually. Why would you turn their back on them now? I just do not like misogyny or toxic masculinity or any of that. It bothers me to my soul.
Yeah.
And in the past, I may have been a different person and I may have said some things, but now that I'm older and wiser, I see that we have to speak good things into the world. And my family members can attest, I'm not the nicest person, occasionally, but
Well, that's okay. I think it's warranted that you have to be fierce in a world that doesn't always accept you. That's your sword. That's your shield.
I've always dealt with the world with a sharp sense of humor and really hurtful one-liners.
Right.
And some of my friends reacted well, some didn't, but those were the immature ones who they could dish it, but they couldn't take it back if I gave it back. I'm like, now that I'm friends with mostly 30-year-olds and 28-year-olds and wiser people than I find myself so grateful because I've lost all those other friends to gain the true ones.
Yes.
They accept Jake and his one-liners and inappropriate comments about himself and where he just drags himself down to make others laugh. And I enjoy that. That's my type of humor. Very dry, British sense of humor. Hence why the favorite by Yorgos Lanthimos is my favorite movie, because that's my type of humor. I am Lady Sarah Churchill.
Have you seen The Lobster?
I love The Lobster.
Another that guy has a dark sensibility.
He's just a brilliant director, and he embraces the queer ideology in a way that most directors will not.
Yeah.
Mike Lee's another one that I feel understands. I really like Paul. I'm afraid to say his name wrong. He directed Licorice Pizza.
Paul Thomas Anderson.
I think he's brilliant.
Yeah, he is.
I'm hoping female directors will soon become the more norm. That'd be lovely. I'm already gearing up for this year's Oscars, and I'm excited. And I'm excited for Michelle Yeoh.
Oh yeah, Michelle Yeoh. Yeah, Everything Everywhere All at Once is my favorite movie of the year.
Oh, and I really like Tar.
Yes, I need to see Tar.
She's brilliant. Most people are angry at it because it does raise questions about cancel culture, that have been undiscussed. And then I'm really excited about Brendan Fraser.
Right, the new
The Whale. I'm just so excited about that. I mean, most people say straight actors shouldn't play gay. Brendan's not going to do harm by it. Brendan is too big of a sweetheart. And that man, as a victim of that kind of abuse myself, I am so happy. I'm just so happy for him. I'm excited. And if he wins, RIP my Snapchat stories and my Facebook, it's going to be exploding with cussing. And I'm just so excited. I think to celebrate artists is something that we should do every day. Like on my Instagram, I pick a woman who inspires me a day, and then I post about her and I list her achievements, and I pick the best pictures, young and old. And it's fun. I
love that idea. Yeah, that's great.
My friends enjoy it. They're like, it's so cool. All these different people we've never heard of. I'm like, that's because you're not an old soul. Like I talk about Ella Fitzgerald and Maria Callas. Callas, or I've never really known how to pronounce her name.
Yeah.
She's Greek, so I don't really know what her pronunciation would be. Bless her, she was a diva.
Rosetta Thorpe.
I am mentioning her. I was actually planning her for tomorrow. I took a break because I was running out of people. I was like, oh, I'm kind of tired now. I did Marilyn. I did Elizabeth Taylor. I did all the females who have influenced me. And I just have to hand it down to them. I mean, the world is full of such incredible people.
It is.
And then you have the school shooters, and you're like, oh, there's also those people.
Yeah. So I want to start winding down. But I'd love to hear from you, Jake, in regards to like what is next for you in terms of acting. Like how are you sort of positioning yourself to get the next role, or are you trying out for parts? What is that looking like for you right now?
I'm studying different styles of acting. I'm researching. I'm picking parts that I want to do.
Okay.
Like I want to do Richard III. I want to do King Lear someday. I'd love to play Lady Macbeth.
Yeah, that'd be great.
She's deliciously evil, and I love a good villain. For me, I just want to get started doing commercials, small little parts. I'm not really anxious to get on this film that quickly because I have time. I mean, the great Alan Rickman didn't start until he was 40, and he had a tremendous time. I would just like to get started in theater more. I love getting to correct your mistakes the next day.
I love that.
Because you don't get that on film. If you make a mistake, it's there.
Right.
Or else I feel, God, are you stupid? Do it this way.
Right.
I just want to find a character that fits me like a glove.
Is there a theater scene in Arizona where you're at?
I mean, there's the one at the senior center.
Right.
But I already said I have no interest in playing someone's grandson for the rest of my life.
Right.
And they don't really do plays, unfortunately. I mean, there's one at the college, but I haven't heard any plays coming out of there. They just have one. And I think they just use it to teach people acting. Sadly not, but I do follow along with my theater friends, and I practice at home, and I do little fake scenes with friends occasionally. Maybe if I move back to Yakima, I'll just get involved there because they have a great theater scene there. Fantastic.
Where is Yakima? I don't know that.
Just outside of Seattle. It's about 3 hours from Seattle. It's do you know where Tacoma is?
Yeah.
It's about an hour from that.
Okay.
It's just a little desert town, and hilariously, the sign that you see going into it is Palm Springs of Washington. Yeah. That could not be further from the truth. It's about an hour. It's about 30 minutes from Mount Rainier.
Okay.
So if you ever want to go to Mount Rainier, you just head up the mountain pass and you're there in about an hour.
Nice.
And it's lovely. It's a really conservative town, but they now have a gay rainbow walkway. That's great. I'm really happy about that.
They have a say that again?
They have the rainbow flag that you can walk on.
Oh, that's fun.
Like in Seattle, they have the Pride Hill. They now have one in downtown Yakima.
Oh, amazing.
Took them long enough.
Yeah, right.
After I moved, I might add. I was kind of miffed about that.
They were just waiting for you to get out of there.
Get out.
Yeah.
Like, we don't want him.
Well, Jake, I think you're a wonderful human and a very brave human, and I'm grateful that you're here. I'm grateful that you're sharing your voice, and I'm excited to see you on the stage someday, in theater or in a movie, whatever it may be. I am excited for your future.
I'm hopeful it'll turn out to be a good one, but with the friends like I have, I don't see how it can't be. Even if I don't make it exactly in this time, I can fight for it in the future.
Keep leaning on those friends. We need them.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. Well, let's talk about empathy heroes. This is the part of the show where my guest, Jake, and I mention an empathy hero in our lives. I will go first, and this one is I list with reservations, and it's a little bit muddled and complicated, but just yesterday, I think, the Senate passed the Respect for Marriage Act, which is good. How I say there's reservations because there was still, the majority of Republicans voted against it. I think only 12 voted for it. And it still also gives states control to make their own decisions about same-sex marriage. It's so there is hope, and the hope is a little bit watered down, but I will take it. People listening, I know you're all probably Democratic voters, but like, if you're not, let's talk about it. Truly, because at this point in my life, I would say Republicans are garbage. And that's how I feel. That's what I believe. If you're a Republican and you're listening to this, truly, let's have a conversation. I would love to talk about it. So the empathy heroes this week are the folks who voted to
Yes.
pass the Respect for Marriage Act.
I think that's a great one. And I agree with the assessment that most Republicans are garbage.
I didn't say most. I said all Republicans are garbage.
Well, all of them pretty much are.
Yeah.
How
about you?
My empathy hero. I would say anybody who's ever accepted someone for who they are and taken them in and given them a life that they never would have had you had that person never come into their lives. Where you convinced them to stay, where you took them to the hospital, or you taught them how to find their own beauty. Yes. I don't know, just someone who accepts other people. That's a good empathy. Because what are we here for if we can't accept other people?
Yeah. I don't know.
And if you vote no for Marriage Act, then what are you doing with your life? I don't understand how people can hate other people. Like, I just Donald Trump.
Yeah. Garbage person.
I wish he would just go take a vacation someplace and never come back. Yeah, go retire.
Just leave.
Please leave.
Yes, just leave. Yes.
Like, if I hear them do one more thing, I'm going to lose my mind.
Yeah. Well, apparently some good news also was that a couple of the people behind the insurrection on January 6th were just charged with like sedition against the government, which is a felony. So they'll serve some time in prison. So
we just want the main person to get.
Yes. Well, that's another thing, right? He was thinking that a presidential bid would like keep him out of, like, be able to sort of shield him from persecution, but no, that does not work, and he still has to give them all of his tax returns and all of the paperwork he's been holding on to, etc. So
I think he probably ate it. I've heard he used to eat his press briefings.
Yes, I've heard this too. And what a special guy that guy is.
He's special.
He's special. Yeah.
I have to say we're all lucky to know normal people. I would say people, we're
lucky to know people, again, to go back to what you said, we're lucky to know people who see us and who have kindness in their hearts. I have to say the one thing my abuser told me when I was little was, you're never going to find friends who love you. What a
and then
piece
here
of
I
shit
am
that
with
person is. Sorry.
Best friend. I found the best people. Aurora, my mom bear, my male friends. I didn't ask them if I could name them, so I'm not going to. Stacey Hoffey's another one. She's just like this former Air Force lady. She just throws my sister around like she's a rag doll. She's fabulous. She always has pushed it. She's like, you're gay, you're fabulous, let's go with it. And then Shayna's, I've been lucky, and I'd like to say that you're wrong to that person. You were wrong, and I can die happy knowing that he was wrong. I am loved, and I feel loved, and I want to show that love to other people now. Beautiful. I love it. Well, Jake, is there a place where the listeners of this podcast can learn more about you and connect with you? You can find me on Instagram. Jake Crawford 43. It's a person with a lot of makeup on. I'm on Twitter, which I can't. It's on my Instagram. I can't really remember the username. It's like Jacob P. Crawford. And I post a lot of political things, and I tweet at celebrities a lot. And I get responses. That's the fun part. That's great. What's been a favorite response? Was especially sweet. Leanne Rhymes was the best. Okay. All right. Nice. I told her, I grew up in a homophobic town, and you saved my life a lot with your music. And she said, my darling, I'm so sorry to hear that you are loved, you are seen. And I'm actually going to get it printed out and framed. So they can find me on Twitter for sure, and Facebook if you're into that. Not many people I know use Facebook anymore.
What's a Facebook, Jake? I don't even know.
Facebook something.
Well, that's wonderful. I will make sure to include the link to your Instagram in the show notes for this episode at feelyhuman.co.
And I definitely follow you because I think you're a beautiful human being.
Well, thank you. Thank you. I don't know. In my head, I was just going to say good sir, but I don't know if that. I think I was thinking of Sir Ian McKellen and Sir Patrick Stewart. But thank you.
I don't talk like that. But
well, thank you for being a part of this. I appreciate you reaching out.
I was very honored. I kept crying and talking about it with my friends. Like, this is a huge honor. I'm so excited. And they actually cried. And I'm just honored by it. And it's been a complete pleasure. And to be able to talk about mental health is important to me, and the people who have guided me, all my friends, Katie Glaspie and all of them, I'm just grateful to have this opportunity.
Well, I'm grateful too, and I am honored, truly. Thank you. Thank you.
Thank you.
And yeah, and to you listeners, as I always say, I'm here, you're here, we're here together on this wayward, overwhelming, awe-inspiring pale blue dot. We have each other. It's you, me, empathy.